Cap. I'm always sweaty.
All right. Clear the table, grab the dice. Grizzly and Jesse are in the house. Welcome to Rolling Recklessly, where the battle lines meet the sky. May your crits be high, may your pain never dry, and your rolls be ever reckless.
All right, we looked back last week. This week, we're looking forward. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rolling Recklessly. I'm Grizzly.
And I'm Jesse.
And today, we're overreacting. Jesse, you seen the new previews yet?
Yeah, it's hard to avoid seeing the new stuff because Games Workshop's pretty good about keeping their site updated. I feel like YouTube covers it pretty quickly. I feel like our Discords cover it pretty quickly. So as soon as there's new information, it's available to us quickly. And yeah, we've all been talking about it. We want the new GHB. We want something new to do in the game. We want a new kind of game mechanic, and GW brought all that. So here it is. Let's talk about it.
Yep. So Games Workshop finally gave us the first real look at the next General's Handbook. We're heading from the Forest of Ghyran into the Fires of Aqshy. So whether you're excited, nervous, or already writing a list of your own, there's a lot to talk about. So the funny thing is, we haven't even finished Scourge of Ghyran seasons yet, and we've still got one more tournament left before we officially send this handbook off into the sunset. But that hasn't stopped the entire Age of Sigmar community from immediately trying to figure it out. Who's going to get better? Who's getting worse? What's broken? What's terrible? And which armies become everybody's new problem?
Yeah, it's a big shift. I feel like Scourge of Ghyran is still got about a little less than a month of life in it, maybe a little bit more. We still have that major teams tournament, the Hero Cup, at the end of this month, and so Scourge of Ghyran isn't over, but it definitely feels like it's riding off into the sunset, and we're just like watching the cowboy and the horse fade away.
Yeah, exactly. That's what those 5 last games are going to be.
It's gonna be bittersweet playing that last tournament. Like we're like, okay, like we finally know what to do, and the edition's over, or the GHB is over.
I finally got you to try scouting forces, and now it's over.
I've tried more of the Scourge of Ghyran tactics in these last few weeks than I did the entire 6 months it was out. But yeah, you definitely made me a believer in scouting forces. Yeah, Scourge of Ghyran, we covered it last week. It had its ups, it had its downs. Blake was pretty hard on it. I know I was hard on it. You had some things you griped about, but there were some awesome things about it, bro. And we talked about that. But heading into this new GHB, I know we are all excited, dude. This is exactly what this kind of format game needs. We need this shake up every 6 months. Because you can cover a lot of those battle plans pretty quickly when you play as frequently as we do.
Yes, exactly. It reminds me a lot of how Fortnite is, where it's you have the battle pass, and this is our next season's battle passes right now.
Yeah, we're like we already ringed the chamois out. We're ready for the new carrot on a stick, and yeah, these rage mechanics and just the new icons and the new objective markers. It's feeling fresh, and I want to read those battle tactics. It's an exciting time, bro. And hey, Mystic Mac, we called it. We said it was going to be an Aqshy, bro.
Yeah, well, I will say, Games Workshop is not really. It seems like they're kind of just lazy sometimes. You know what I mean? Granted, the Dawnbringers takes place, in Ghyran and then in Aqshy, so it does make sense that they go there. But man, it's not like there's 7 other realms.
I just knew it at the start of the edition, everything was fire and jade. You know what I mean? Everything was even the spearhead was Aqshy and Ghyran. So we were just we knew it was going to be Aqshy. That being said, Aqshy is a great setting, especially in the Dawnbringers Crusade, which we're going to continue in a future episode. But yeah, it's a great setting, and it's going to be fun to shake things up. And yeah, let's dig into this thing.
Yeah, so today we're talking our first reactions to Aqshy, the new Rage Dice mechanics, potential winners and losers, what this means for Sylvaneth, what this means for Stormcast, early predictions for the next season, and probably a few terrible takes. But before we get into the mortal realms of fire, let's talk about what's been happening this week in Sigmar. Before we start setting the mortal realms on fire and theory crafting Next General's Handbook, let's talk about what we've been up to this week. And hobby-wise, it's been a pretty productive week. The last 2 weeks, I've been finishing painting my Carnosaur. I really enjoyed it. He's got like a lot of different like blue shades, and then he has I did like a green overcoat over like the top of his scales. And then
I've seen the pictures in Discord. I can't wait to see it on the table.
Yeah, me too. I'm super hyped. I also painted the rider and the throne on top of him. I really liked that. I did like a gold, and then I did like a dry brushed Balthazar gold over the top, and it looks really good, like over like all the different textures, especially on the throne.
Yeah. I use Balthazar gold on my Ultramarines, and it looks so good. It's a nice like bronzy gold.
Yeah, agreed. I like it. It gives like a real cool effect, especially when you do it over like the other different golds.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you gotten anything hobbied in the last couple weeks?
So hobby wise, I was digging through all of my Warhammer stuff, and I found some sprues for some Iron Jaws, because we talked about it in the past. Like I was going to get into Iron Jaws, but Allie's sister wanted to get into Spearhead, so I gifted her an Iron Jaws Spearhead that I had lying around, and then I found these sprues, right, and it looked like it might have been like Warband stuff from Underworlds, and I found some other sprues from like Ragers, so like the Brute Ragers, and
they got the cool weapons, right?
Yeah, they've got these really cool, like, I don't even know, like they look like butcher's machetes, and they got jagged, like crooked, like shanks on them, and it was really cool. I was like, okay, cool. I can make our good buddy and friend of the podcast, Tanner, a few Ragers. So that's actually, I did that for him. It was fun kit bashing those together for him and giving him some more Ragers to use on the field. And what else? My OBR is done, which is insane to say. As far as
that is crazy. it's built.
Yeah, we
painted.
Allie crushed the whole box of Mortok Triaxes.
Nice, let's go.
And I put together 15 Cavalos Death Riders.
Jesus. Yeah, how was that?
It was putting together 15 Cavalos Death Riders. You start seeing the instructions in your mind when you blink.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful that, like Stormcast, OBR is pretty cut and dry putting together wise. You attach the tibia to the femur, and then the ulna to the sacrum. No, I don't know. and then you put an armor plate on it, and you're done. But it's so by virtue of getting my OBR finished built, I got my Khorne finished built earlier this year. Have my Rats finished built. I have built and playable and at least primed 4 armies.
Jeez. Yeah, you've gotten a bunch done already, man.
So now it's more like I'm going to start isolating 2,000-point lists that I want, and I'm glad that the GHB is changing because it'll help me build my lists for the new GHB. I think I'm going to nuke all my lists that are in my app, and then just start fresh for this new GHB, start building towards these tactics, then making those lists that I want to try, and then being like, okay, let's get these battle ready. And it's nice that the Stormcast are just battle ready, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. So I can really focus on like which army I want to use. And it's like, it's so tough because they're all so cool, aesthetic wise. Because I've got Khorne, OBR, or Skaven. Like all 3 of those are super cool, and I can, with my new skills that Blake, helped me acquire. It's just going to make it exciting to paint one of these armies. And I think now that I've done box art Stormcast, I'm ready to do like that out of pocket. Like, oh man, he did slime green Khorne.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be really cool to see some like interesting Khorne, because mostly Khorne is always red. Everything's
Yeah, and
red,
I think
covered in
that
red.
red that I sprayed them, the Mephiston red, I feel like that'd be a great base, and then like right on top of it, like just like the slimiest green, like think Nickelodeon, like that green.
Oh yeah, that I think that'll look sick, especially
Yeah,
depending on which models you throw it on. You could do
slime
like
for
some
the slime god.
yeah.
I'm like, yo, my slime corn about to slime you out, yeah.
Yeah, so what up, slime?
What's poppin', slime? Yeah, so
um,
I don't know. I want to do something crazy. I see the way you've been painting, bro, and you are quietly and humbly a very, very good painter and baser. And I'm glad that when we were out at Hobby Forge, people came up and gave you your flowers. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, this guy, like, I remember when he was telling me he was watching videos on basing,
yeah,
and now, like, I feel like you could commission base now, bro. You're so good at it. I mean, at least with if they want an earthy aesthetic to their base, there's no one better than
it's like, hey
Grizzly
man,
here.
I
Yeah,
could do yourself in it for sure. Thanks, bro.
yeah,
I appreciate it, man. Especially I had a great time actually at Hobby Forge. That was the first time I've ever really been to Hobby Forge, and man,
yeah.
it was they got a lot of stuff going on. It's crazy. They have all those cool models and all the cases. You know what I mean for sale. I was looking at actually all their basing stuff because that's the one thing I really need. Is I want to try to get like some type jungle type basing stuff for my Seraphon. That way,
Yeah.
I mean, they're like they have that like Aztec in the jungle, kind of look.
Absolutely.
So I was looking at some of their stuff, and they actually had dude, it's all actually really fairly priced. And I was like, oh, nice. So I think I'm gonna probably end up swinging by and picking some stuff up from there because that's the one thing I really am gonna need for this new project. But we also got in some games this week, man. Got a lot of fun games. You've gotten in a ton of games these last 2 weeks. You want to go ahead and talk us through some?
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is. I've just had Sigmar fever, and I'm getting to play so many like different people and have so many different experiences. I played Hawkins. What was that? Last week or was that the week before?
Yeah, I think it was last week. Yeah, when you guys got in with that game with Hawkins.
Yeah, and organized the game. That's right. For our good buddy Colin, and man, his name is slipping my mind. I want to say
is it Kyle?
Kyle. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Kyle, cowboy hat. You can't miss him. Plays orcs. Impressive mustache. Like a fun and charismatic guy. Shouts out to you, Kyle. I hope you're listening. But yeah, so I arranged that game. It was Kyle and his Iron Jaws versus Colin and his OBR, and then right across was me and Hawkins. Hawkins was running his Gits.
Oh, nice. Yeah. The two Stormcast players, we're not going to play Stormcast.
Yeah, we were playing completely different things. He was Gits, and I was Daughters of Cain at Allie's request.
Oh, nice. How did that go? That was probably a blast, yeah?
It's a blast. I picked some activations wrong, and that can really be punishing for Daughters of Cain. Like, you have to know when the blade is sharp and when it's about to explode after it swings. So I chose some activations wrong. But other than that, they're a blast to play, dude. Like, I think we've glazed them enough in prior episodes, but once again, Daughters of Cain, if you've invested in the past, if you're investing currently, if you plan to invest, you are in safe and fun hands, bro. They are they're really, really good.
If you look at their win percentage right now, man, they're looking great. I think they're in like the 63 percentile for their win rate right now.
The abilities that you have at hand, the fact that they go off immediately in some cases, it's just so much tech. It's so much power. Literally, the thing that will mess you up in the army is, if you don't strike where you need to, with intent and with purpose. Like, if you leave your units out there like as a cheap and easy target, it's you're just picking up models, dude. Their saves are so bad. But
they are the ultimate glass cannon.
Yeah, but you get into something and you're doing 61 attacks, dude, 3s and 4s with like crit auto wound, and and +1 damage. It's just exciting as hell. And A reinforced unit of witch elves is insanely powerful. A reinforced unit of blood sisters is insanely powerful. The Shadow Queen, aka the Big Snake, is insanely powerful. Allie's list has 5 casts,
Jesus.
and then has like 5 manifestations, and those manifestations go off on 5s.
Yeah, new manifestations are super good.
With the new alter terrain thing they have, can re-roll a spell. Like re-rolling something for nothing is very uncommon in Age of Sigmar. One of the things in 40k is you can re-roll a lot of like hit, wound, or damage like characteristics. Like that's pretty common in 40k. So like when it's like absent in AOS, it makes it feel like so much stronger when it shows up. And so if you got spells going off on a 5-up and you can re-roll it, oh my gosh, it's just like it just seems so.
It's almost guaranteed.
Yeah,
it feels guaranteed.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like the unbinds, like 5 unbinds too. Like I want to play this game too,
Yeah. Well, then their spell lore is actually so good. That, and I really enjoy their manifestations.
The way they do
really cool.
The way they do the anointed unit, and then it passes its ability to the next anointed unit, and how whenever a blood rite happens, the Shadow Queen or Marathi, the caster instantly benefit with a list of benefits. It is a very exciting book. You know what I mean? It's an exciting army. Like they're sexy, their rules are strong and impressive, and like I said, you don't need much, dude, because like I would consider not a horde army, but you know what I mean, a lower cost army. It's really hard to build their list at 2,000 points. Like I know that some of the other players in the community, like Doug, can attest to this. Like you always don't know what to really do. Like with that last, like you're always like you try to hit 2,000 clean, but with Daughters of Cain, it always seems like you're hitting like 1970, like 1960, like not enough to where like you can be like, okay, I used all my points effectively, and then not too little where you can be like, oh, at least I get the CP. Like you're just kind of like, I can't fill this last 30 points up. But she's got 2,000 points clean, and it's a good and powerful list. And yeah, it was fun. Hawkins, he was Gits, bro.
How did it match up against the Gits? What did he run, like squigs and stuff, or like what was it?
Yeah, he had squigs, and he had the guys on the wolves.
Okay, nice, to get mob.
Yeah. And
I think they pair pretty well together. Like I think that they'll actually synergize.
It was a match of an insane amount of dice being rolled on one another, and 5 saves. So it was just it's as fun as you think it's going to be. And Gits are just hilarious, bro, because all of their rules are like, this thing moves 3d6, and you're like, okay, it might move 4 inches or it might move 16 inches, like.
That's the gamble with Gits. Yeah.
So it's like, well, at least so they're all over the place like you think they would be. They're stronger than you would perceive them to be, especially with the bite from the little freaking off the charge. It's like crit mortal, and it's like 60 bites, and it's like even if 12 of them hit, it's like damn, like.
Especially if he takes like, I think there's like the Squigglanch battle formation. That's what I'm building them. That's what I use, and
everyone
I think when you charge, you get like +1 attack. Yes.
Gabapalooza.
Exactly. The Gabapalooza where you got, it's like the guy like ball baked out of his mind.
Yeah.
The model. It's such a sick model.
They have like that like unit where it's like some of them are squigs with, some of them are little like grots with the wrangling things, and then some of them are squigs.
Yeah, the squig herd. The squig herd is really cool. Yeah, those are the ones they pop on a 5.
Yeah. So like I just love Gits. I think it's a cool army, and we ended up tying in the end. I wasn't able to outscore him. I was able to outscore him a lot in the beginning, but then not on the end. And then on the end, he was able to outscore the hell out of me. And so it's kind of like I got like all of my scoring in the beginning. He got all the scoring in the end, and we ended up like tying 50-50, which was just hilarious. Nice. When you see how much destruction was on the board, like how much things had died. How much, like it was just hilarious. So yeah, it was that was a really, really fun game. It was.
You guys put a bunch of models on the table and then took a bunch off. Basically.
Yeah, And then
Nice.
immediately after that, I get to play Tanner, and he comes over to my house, and we get to play at Scarecrow Studios, and it was a blast, dude. He had that big wah, and I was Corn, and I was
Nice.
the Cornite Legion. So I was that one where if you activate with a demon unit, you activate with a mortal unit immediately after. And I got to do the chain activate reinforced bloodletters into reinforced blood warriors. And when I tell you no situation requires this many attacks, no situation requires this many attacks, bro. I was like, okay, I'm going to swing because, bloodletters are 3 attacks each and it's 20 of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, okay, I'm going to swing
60
attacks.
Dice. Yeah,
61 dice, 3 into 3s. It's Ren 1, Ren 1 damage 2.
Yeah, so they're smacking hard. Those demons are solid. I see why everyone runs that spam. It looks like a lot of fun.
And then I'm immediately activate the Blood Warriors. And that's 3 attacks each, and there's 40 of them.
And they have the 3-up save, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are solid. I really like the Warriors. Plus, they got a real cool aesthetic.
So when I say you don't need these many attacks for any situation, you really don't. But to roll them out is hilarious. You know what I mean? And that was the point of the game. Tanner is a really good Orcs player. He plays like the Big Wah mixed. You played his list recently. And,
I did.
He plays that mixed Wah list, bro. And it's all he has. And when something is all you have, you learn how to be good with it. And
exactly.
He's such a humble dude, and he's in a transition point in his life right now, and he's trying to get back into Sigmar. And I'm glad that he's getting back in right when the new GHB happens, because now we can now you can be up to speed and not have to get caught up. You know what I mean? You can just go through the whole rest of this GHB.
He'll be starting with us, like with all of us.
Yeah, you'd be like, one of us. One of us.
Yeah.
Emotep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so ton of fun games, dude, and there's just seems like there's always somebody looking to play a game in a Discord. I've got friends who I can just text them and be like, "You want to play a game?" And it's pretty reliable to get a game in, dude. Like, how did we get to this point where there was just so much games to be played, dude? I remember when we had to really struggle to find the time to just you and I play.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's nice. We have like such a wide net now. We got into like all the right Discords. I think playing in that Scorched Earth Therapin, I think that was big for us. You know what I mean?
It was
we got
big,
to kind of really get to plug into like the scene out here, and it's been really cool because we've gotten to meet a lot of really cool people, gotten to play a lot of fun games. I actually got in a couple games myself this last week or two. I played Colin. Colin, fun game, super sick dude. He's got his OBR. I believe you played him a couple of times already, right?
Yeah, I'm glad. I've played his OBR, and he's an adept player. And you didn't he bring like Nagash?
Yeah, he had the fun. His list definitely was like, I wouldn't say more like competitive. It was definitely more like on like almost like the meme side,
Yeah,
he didn't have a lot of
casual fun.
Yeah, I think he had a total of 5 units.
Something, right?
Yeah. So he had Nagash. He had the reinforced brick of the ponies, the horses. He had the hero to buff them, and then he had all the. It's really cool because with Nagash, you have all the 9 casts. So he pretty much casted all the manifestations like right away.
Yeah.
And then Nagash gets +2 to casting. So you know what I mean? Like it almost always goes off.
Yeah.
It's funny though because he has so many spells. He gets 9 casts, right? But if he miscast, he can still keep casting. He just doesn't have his +2 anymore. And then in his very first hero phase, he miscast twice. But he didn't take any damage because he has it's a 5-up board, 3-up save, 5-up board. God of Death. It's hard to damage. I'll tell you that. But
that's
he
crazy.
had that
miscasting twice.
Yeah, in the very first hero phase, but didn't take any damage. But he did lose his +2. But he pretty much got everything off. It was a really fun game. I played the list I've been running for the last couple weeks. It's nice because I don't have to really think with this list anymore. It's just kind of pretty intuitive at this point. You know what I mean? I have my deployment and everything
you score with that list is pretty consistent, and it's quick, bro. You get up quickly.
Yeah, I can tell once I have like 1 or 2 20-point turns in a row, like it's pretty imposing. And I felt
Yeah.
like, I just had too much stuff for him to really like deal with. He only had like his 5 units. It was like hyper elite. It was a lot of fun though.
Was it a 6 objective battle plan or 5?
It was a 6 objective. So I was
Oh,
like,
that's rough when you only have 5 units. You can't even get all the objectives.
yeah. Well, so we rolled out the first thing, and I was like, my only thing is I don't want to play Path of the Fae. And he's like, okay,
It was
cool.
Path of the Fae.
Boom, roll Path of the Fae right away. And I was like, we're not doing this one. He's like, okay, that's fine. So I had him actually roll it out, and then we ended up getting I think Life Cycle. It's the one where it's the 6 and they're like staggered. You know what I mean? Like one is like one objective on the left side is like 15 inches up, and the other one all the way on the right is only like 5.5 inches up.
It's like tilted like this.
Yeah. So that was like our battle plan, and I was like, bro, do you want to re-roll this? And he's like, no, this is fine. So he let me go first. I set up all my stuff, my deployment, like my castle, the same, my traditional build. I put Drycha and Durthu in the back, and then I put the Kurnoth in front of them, put the Dryads in front of them, just making like a nice safe castle. That way, in case anybody, if they want to go first, like you're gonna run into all that shit. He didn't. He actually elected for me to go first, which I think he maybe. Yeah, I think he maybe regretted that.
I would never let you go first.
Well, you guys have the obnoxious the terrain piece, where you can't teleport within the terrain. I think at first it's 9 inches. So when he let me go first, I spawned my tree just 9 inches outside of the terrain piece, and then dropped. I don't think he expected me to just kind of press him right away. I had Durthu and the Kurnoth sites. I just teleported in right away. And then I teleported a unit of the Spite Revs. And I was able to just kind of push all my Dryads and everything up, scoring my first, I got my first 20 points real easy because scouting, half of it is no man's land. So it's super easy to score scouting one right away. And then from there, he pushed his ponies over to me. Because my intention is like, especially now I've learned with OBR, is try to get in there and blow up that fucking terrain piece. It's so obnoxious when you're a teleporting army, and you're trying to set units up, that he can just stop that. You know what I mean? Especially as the game goes on, it gets longer and bigger and bigger,
Yeah, it eventually hits like 22 or 24 inches, right?
And it's like half the table, you know what I mean? Like you'll just turn that off. So for me, I couldn't do that. So I made sure to send in Durthu, and he tried to block it with Xantos and the ponies. And then I had the Kurnoth scythes there with Durthu, and he just kind of smacked the shit out of everything there. But it was nice because I didn't kill his the Death Riders all the way. I killed him down to like 2. And I know he was waiting for them to die all the way because I guess Nagash can just spend a command point or something and bring back a full unit.
Jesus.
Yeah, so he wanted me to kill them all the way, and I just kept whiffing the very end with just one horse rider left,
Wow.
So it was too funny. And then I sent Durthu in. Durthu one-shot Xantos, and then we went into the 3rd round. But we got into the 3rd round, and he double turned me. He was already down because he wasn't scoring like a lot of his stuff.
Especially when things are dying.
Yeah, and I believe he had intercept and recover. So when he double turned me, he couldn't score his tactics. And then I also popped the one of the treasures.
Yeah, he took it off. Yeah,
he had the Archive. Those guys are really, really good. I like the Archive.
Yeah, insanely strong, dude.
Yeah, whatever he ran into with those died. And I didn't do anything to them.
I think I saw recently in a Seasons of War battle report that a reinforced unit splitting the attacks killed 2 zombie dragons on with the Ghoul King on it.
I believe it, man. It did a ton of damage. Like I said, whatever he looked at, he died. It was one of the funny highlights was he sent his Nagashon, and he ran it right into 2 of my units of Dryads, and it's just like. You would think he's the god of death, that he would just be able to slap these Dryads off, but he could not. The Dryads kept him pinned all the way until he did the double turn, and then he killed him at the end, the bottom of turn 2. So it was just like, nice. I got their worth out of him. You know what I mean? They held up a 900-point model for 90 points.
90 points. That's retarded. Did he get to do the hand of dust thing when he made you pick like which fist had a dice in it?
So when he did the double turn, right? He ran the gash straight into the scythes and Durthu, and that was, I think he made a mistake. Then when he ran into Durthu has the combat phase ability where you can I gave him strike last. So and I think for his handed dusting he has to, or no, he ran him into the scythes, and the scythes just kind of cleaved him down.
Yeah, that sucks. So he didn't get to do it. He didn't get to do that. Make you guess which hand has the dice in it.
Exactly. So we did it at the very end. He was like, I was like, do you want to just do it? Because if I didn't kill you, you would have had your opportunity to do it, you know? And he's like, okay. And I picked, and he would have dusted my Durthu if he would have gotten it off, you know? We just did
because you picked the wrong hand?
Yeah. Thank goodness. And he's like, yeah, but all my stuff's dead except for the archive. I think I'm just going to secede from me, man. Like, I was scoring super high. And like I said, he didn't have like a super competitive list. It was definitely just, he didn't want to think, you know? He was just trying to have like a chill game.
He wanted to use Nagash, bro. Power fantasy.
Yeah. Nagash is super cool. He's an awesome model, man. His was still gray, but the model itself is still really cool. I don't really see a Nagash in the wild too often. You know, I think I've seen him one other time painted in a case at one of the stores, and he's just such a sick model.
I think that there's just too many better options. And then the fact that he's not that much relentless discipline points either, which makes you rely on, like, he would probably had Xantos like generating the relentless discipline points. Then you kill Xantos immediately. Right? Yeah. Then you killed him immediately. So, like, yeah, you'd have been better soft served with, like, Catacross.
Yeah,
giving those Morghast Archive 2 fights, you know what I mean? Or, or having Arcan even, and having the 3 casts instead of 9, and then having some more points to put some more shit on the field.
He also had
I played my OBR list, dude. I don't have any, like, big mega hero. Like, it ain't the flashiest thing, but, I run Xantos or a Liege Mortec, but it's usually Xantos. And then I'll have my accoutrement of horses, the 15 that I mentioned I built. I have 20, and I run every one of them because though they're not putting a bunch of damage on the board, their tech is really good. If you can, like, get your activations right, do the D3 and put them where they need to be. And that's usually, like, blocking another, like, keeping something busy, like you said, like taking 600 points of their best thing and sidelining it. You know what I mean? And I know when you have horses, everybody wants to charge in and kill everything they're charging into. And, a lot of other cavalry units do that, but I don't think that the Cavalry's Death Riders are meant to do that.
They're not like a damaging unit, really.
Yeah, the damage in OBR is in that damn catapult, is in those damn triaxes, it's in those archive, bro. It's in Morghast Harbingers, like Necropolis Stalkers. These things is where the power is. I think the heroes in OBR are very much tech pieces, even old Nagash. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It didn't seem like besides the archive, he wasn't really putting out a lot of damage. You would think Nagash, like you would think he would wound on 2s, right? Like 3s and 2s. I think he has 2 or 3 different melee profiles. And like I said, you would think he would deal more, like he would at least wound on 2s. Nope, no wounding on 2s. He wounds on 3s. So it's like 3s and 3s. So against, Dryads.
This is a guy who has fought Sigmar in hand-to-hand combat, you know what I mean? So
yeah, so that sounds like I thought he would hit harder.
For 900 points, homie, I want 2s into 2s. I want, 3s into 2s. I want something, crit mortals or crit double hit. I want damage profiles that are 4. I want something insane. 900 points is so much points, dude.
Yeah, that was my thoughts. I was like, man, you lose so much. You know what I mean? Like he does a lot. Like in
that's
the
18 prosecutors.
It's so much. That's like you can get a Lariel. You can get 2 reinforced units of Kurnoth for that price.
Yeah, like it's it's like you said, it's for a casual with a buddy games, and that's why he felt comfortable to bring it. So it's like this is the only chance I'm going to get to like meme somebody with Nagash. It's like running the all dragon list with Stormcast, or or
Yeah.
a million twist welds with Sylvaneth. Like it's a meme. It's a meme, but it can be funny. It can be funny if it goes off. If the meme goes off and everyone sees it, it can be funny, dude. If he just handed dusted Durthu, like
that exactly
it's hilarious. You're like, oh damn! So it's just imagine if he handed dust Alariel. That shit hurts.
Oh, that would be crushing. Yeah, that's 600 points just gone.
It's gone,
like,
bro.
goodbye.
Yeah, so I was like I would hate if he just came across and handed dusted a Celestial Star Drake. I'd be like, you son of a bitch! Like
that would be painful. That or like Krondis come over there. And
so I definitely see why you would do it, but they definitely wrote that rule knowing that like nobody's really going to bring this to a tournament. Like I don't think I've ever seen a tournament list have Nagash.
Yeah, so they actually just had the Worlds tournament, the Warhammer Worlds tournament, teams tournament. That was, I think it was last weekend, and I think pretty much everybody had an OBR. Every team, every country had an OBR list, and not one Nagash just going in there.
OBR is good, dude. Like they're really good, but it's techie now. Like it's techie. There's a lot of damage in the air now to supplement the damage you lost on the ground. Like the damage that you lost in the horses, the crit 2 hits, you have it in the air now. Like so. Like, we got to just stop as OBR players whining about that. And I didn't play the last edition as much. So I didn't, like, get to play the index version of them where they had all these things. So I've learned to just move passives from the jump. But I like OBR, dude. They're very, like, I'm really considering that that's the next thing I'm doing is OBR. It's such a different way. It's such a different play style from Stormcast, dude. It's so much shit on the field, bro. Like 60 skeletons, and I can bring each of them back for a CP. Like it's just with the bone shaper. It's just so much fun, dude. Like I'm like, oh no, I'm becoming a death player. But yeah, dude. Like I'm glad you got that game in. I'm glad you got to see Nagash. I'm almost jealous, dude. I want to see Nagash, even if it is just a meme. I want to see it. I want to see it in action.
Yeah, it was really cool, and it's so when you're first like deploying up against the man, it's like it is intimidating because you just see he's a giant model. Yeah, exactly.
He's got the dinner plate base.
Yeah, so it's just like even just lining up against him, you're like, oh, that's the god of death, So it's like I never played against him. I don't really play against too much death just in general. So I was like, almost like unsure of like what to do.
Yeah.
Did you get any other games in this week? Because I felt like you got in a bunch, didn't you?
You know what? I think I might have. Oh yeah, I played Tanner just like yesterday or the day before again. Like I said, this guy's got Sigmar fever too, and he wanted to see another one of my armies, right? And I ran OBR against him, and this is a good segue into this. So, like I said, I run OBR too, but I don't use like some mega huge unit. I don't have a Nagash. I don't have a Catacross. I have
you have the opposite build.
Yeah, I have Catacross. I have Arcan. I'm just not using them. I'm using Xantos with a bunch of horses, and then a Mortisan Bone Shaper and a Liege Mortek. Those are my heroes. So the Bone Shaper for 1 CP brings back a unit of Mortek Triaxes or Mortek Guard. And
how many RDP do you have with your list?
7.
7.
And the way RDP works is if you target an OBR unit and they're reinforced, you have to use 2. So 7 runs out quick as shit if you're using them on your reinforced unit. All right.
Yeah.
The most you can get is 10, and you need Catacross to have 10. But Catacross is expensive, and he doesn't hit as hard as he used to. And his ability, although it's really strong, it leaves him vulnerable to make it go off. Like a unit within 12 can fight and then fight again, but have strike last. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
a lot of units give something a double fight. So like, I can imagine if like you have Catacross here and right here Archai, and he just makes them fight again. Like, and you got to deal with 2 swings of Archai. Like, again, that sounds just terrifying. But if you were to have that combination, that's like more than 1,000 points there.
Oh, see, and that feels so expensive for
Yeah.
just the 2 units. Yeah.
So I put my damage instead of having like I don't have Archive. I don't have Necropolis Stalkers. I didn't really have damaging pieces like that. My damage was coming from my Mortek Guard, believe it or not. Like you can buff them with spells. Well, you
The
can
little
buff
guys,
them with
right?
spells. You can use Relentless Discipline points. You know what I'm saying? And remember, the Almighty Volume, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Almighty Volume. A reinforced unit is 20 skeletons. You know what I'm saying? So it's 41
Yeah.
attacks, bro. And then I can get them for the 2 to Relentless Discipline points, 3s in the 3s, and then you can get them. There's a spell that we have that you can give them crit 2 hits, and if they already had crit 2 hits, then they have crit on 5s. So a lot of people use that for the Necropolis Stalkers. What do you mean? The Mortek Guard? They're saving on 4s. And then they have a 6-up board baked in.
On 4s.
And then for a Relentless Discipline point, you can give them a 5-up board.
You
So you're like
5
4s into 5s,
yeah.
and there's 20 of them, and then it's just a massive amount of attacks, bro. And,
yeah, I bet that they're cool too. I like them, the little teeny tiny models, right? They're like those little skeletons, right? And they have the sick armor on them.
They got sick armor, dude. It's just a little shield, a little sword, and a little helmet, and like the helmet and armor almost kind of looks like Ming Dynasty. You know what I'm saying? Like slanted.
Yeah,
like it looks really nice, dude. And they're like I said, they're surprisingly effective. You know what I'm saying? Because the unit is 10 models, so reinforced is 20, and they have 2 attacks each, so it's like 41 attacks. They're anti-cavalry plus 1 rend, and they have crit 2 hits already built into their like war scroll. So you use the spell, you give them crit on 5-ups, and then you swing 41 dice. And like 41 dice and 5s and 6s are crit 2 hits. It's an insane amount of hits, bro. And then you spend the Relentless Discipline point, get them to wound on 3s. And I'm telling you, bro, like it's just 1 rend if you're cavalry, or or no rend if you're not cavalry. So
yeah,
a lot of times I just had no rend. I'm like, no, bro, it's just even if you're saving on 2s, I'm like, 15 of those dice might be 1s. And they were doing a lot of like, they cleared off a Weird Boy Rekka's like unit. Like they just got them up out of there. They held their own against Ard Boys, which was incredible. And and again, I can just yeet them at the enemy. I use again, I don't use Hekatos Drill Masters, which was what everybody else is using. I use Remorseless Conquerors. That makes it so that whenever I run or redeploy, I automatically hit 4 if I roll a 1 through 3.
That's pretty sick. So you're getting a lot of movement out of those slow skeletons, actually.
Absolutely. So I'm like, okay, so I'm on average, I'm at least going to move 8, but I can move up to like 10 with 20 skeletons. And then I'm like, I got 20 wounds on a 4-up, 4-up, 5-up, and then I recur them.
And they're anti-cav, right? There's not a lot of anti-cav stuff, so that's kind of
not a lot
nice.
of anti-cav stuff. Yeah. And
especially because everyone does the cav spam. You know what I mean? We have a lot of players in our meta
with some pigs, and I said like they're anti-cav. Like go ahead. So like the pigs maybe killed 4 skeletons.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, there's 16 left. All right, 28 attacks, and then I'll be like, okay, and then crit 2 hits and crits on 5s, and it's just an amazing army, and you can't discount the little tiny models and be like these aren't as good as like Nagash or a Gothazar Harvester or something like massive. You know what I mean? And that catapult dude is ridiculous.
The catapult seems good. You guys' like shooting seems really good. I really like the triaxes. Can't you you can shoot them twice, right?
So there's a tech to that. So you need a Liege Mortek, which is why I bring him in the list. Most people bring a Liege Mortek in the list because you can give him an artifact called the Shard of Necris, which makes it so you can only hit him on 5-ups.
I love that.
And then he's got, a 3-up, and then you can give him, he's got a 3-up, 6-up, and then you can give him a 5-up with a Relentless Discipline point. But basically, if he does a combat action, like if he fights, he can immediately point at a Mortek Guard unit within 12. at Triax's unit within 12, or the crawler, the catapult within 12, and they will get to shoot immediately. They get shoot in combat, and they're +1 to hit on the shot.
You can shoot the cannon again too with him.
You can shoot the catapult. Yeah,
That's sick. I did not know that. That's sick.
Yeah, so like what the sauce, the swagoo is like, here's the 20 skeletons, right, lined up in 10-man flank, side by side in 10-man, and then right behind them is the Liege Mortec, just within that 3. So if you go into combat with the Mortec guards, you're going into combat with the Liege Mortec, and then you know what I'm saying. They're obviously going to want to swing on the Mortec guard to avoid being hit with 41 attacks. Or they might choose my hero, but I'm like, you're only going to hit them on 5s. And then they're like, ooh, okay.
It's like a waste, yeah, and it's hard to hit on 5s, man.
Okay, so then they swing on my Mortec guard, and then I immediately answer with the Liege Mortec, who makes the things right behind him fire. So you want to like create a castle and then move forward with that castle and have the Mortec guards be the vanguard, be like the tip of the spear as it's moving forward. And just kind of creep up with your crawler and your triaxes, bro. And like I said, you just light them up in the air, and then you just have the little guards finish them off, and then maybe have the cav go in, do D3, and fade away, and like mess up their objective getting. It's nice. It's not a flashy way to play, but it's funny. It's tricksy, and it is surprisingly still elite. Like I feel like I was still putting an incredible amount of damage on board. Ard boys are on a 3-up save, dude. And, an all-out save, they're on a 2-up, and they come in a unit of 20. And then they have 2 health each. So that's 40 wounds, dude, on a 3-up save.
On a 3-up, yeah.
That you have to try to remove. And, like, you saw that in your game when you went up against them, like, even with sides,
I got in a game with Tanner, man, and that was the first time I actually got to play against, like, orcs, really.
Yeah.
Super, super cool. That's the one thing I feel like our meta really needs is more destruction. So I support Tanner. Like it's when we need like a destruction player. We need more orcs. We need some iron jaws. You know what I mean?
Ogre Maw tribes.
We need some crumping. You know what I mean? We need some crumping.
A proper crumping.
Yeah. But I got to play Tanner. He's super, super cool guy. Former Marine. Super chill dude. Likes that, like he's my ideal game, playing, chilling, drinking beers, fucking playing Warhammer. He fits right in with us. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
His army's super, super cool. I really like the Ard boys. We've been talking. I always hype them up.
They're cool.
And his actually look really good too.
I almost felt like I was sending him into the Lions Den, like facing you. He didn't know about New Sylvaneth and what they did. And there's just really no way to prepare a person for that.
Yeah, well, especially he's just even coming into like the GHB, so like he's like doesn't even really know his tactics, Yeah. And it's especially when you're coming because he played a lot of like the last General's Handbook, right? So he's used to like the old traditional way of like battle tactics and all that kind of stuff, and it's a lot to learn on the fly, especially against somebody who's been playing like the whole season, like we've been playing. But he did really good, man. I like how his deployment was really solid. He was like spread everywhere out really well. You know what I mean? You were there to coach him, which was real nice because that way, I didn't just go in and fucking put his dick in the dirt. And, he was like nice and screened out, which kind of helped like shut off a lot of my teleports and stuff. That big fucking block of Ard boys, bro. It's so much. It's like so much to try to like break through, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I tried to lift it with a lot of my strongest stuff. It's hard.
Yeah, I killed like half of them with my Kurnoth size, and even then he fucking just brought them back. You know what I mean? And then he's got you pinned in there with his Ard boys, and he shoots you off with the bow guys. The bow guys are really, really good as well.
It's a nasty combo.
I like how it's like if they don't move, they get the +1 to hit, which is pretty sick. That's like what the Kurnoth Hunter bows do. So now that I'm seeing him kind of do that, it's me and you talked it over a little bit. So I'm kind of like maybe looking into some of that tech with the Kurnoth bows. If pin and shoot, bro, it's fun. It is a lot of fun. I really want to start getting into like I'm trying to get my Seraphon like battle ready, like you said.
Absolutely.
Everybody painted. At least the majority of them are primed, at least at this point. And then I got that Carnosaur who that's going to be kind of like my little showpiece, you know. I probably need to pick up a few more models, to be honest, with my Seraphon, because it's not like super meta. I only have like one reinforced unit of the Agrodons. I probably need to get another set of those guys. And then maybe another set of Croxagors. I like the Croxagors a lot. So I'm like, I really want to get into more of those. But that's beside the point of getting distracted. My game changer.
But it's, that's what made like knowing this GHB like so advantageous towards the end of it, like it is now. We were able to try a bunch of different things in a bunch of different armies. You tried your Seraphon, you've tried your Soul Blight, I've tried my OBR, I've tried my Corn. It's all because we got familiar with the game system in the GHB, and that's how we're able to lock in and try so many different things. So now that it's shifting again, now that it's a new GHB, do you feel like you're going to continue to play Sylvaneth just until you're like acclimated with this new GHB, or are you going to still like be like, no, it's time for a change up, change the GHB, change the army?
I think that's what it's got to be, man. I think it's the new GHB, new army.
I like that.
I think that's that's going to be a great transition for us into our main segment where we talk what's new in the mortal realm. All right, so let's talk about some of the biggest reveals this week that they've done in a while. Because when people are thinking Aqshy, they immediately go to think Fury and Rage Dice. That's going to be the new mechanic that jumps out at us when we're looking at this new GHB. It feels like this one is really going to make players make decisions, and it really looks like they're trying to encourage like fighting. Have you taken a look at the new mechanics yet?
Yeah, I have taken a look at it, and it looks like they're adding in mechanics to to give you some force multipliers, right? So whether that be more rend or more attacks, like basically giving you more damage, so encouraging you to engage. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a good thing. Once Blake said to me that Age of Sigmar is goated because it's so melee focused, and I feel like this just further cements that ideology. So yeah, like bring those new rules up. Let's take a look at that.
I agree. I like it. I like it a lot. And it looks like this new season, basically what it is that now there's the new Rage Dice mechanic. At the beginning of the turn, you always decide who's going to be an attacker and defender, and that's going to decide your Fury level based on which one you are. Okay. The higher your Fury goes up, you'll get what's called Rage Dice, and I believe can go anywhere between 1 up to 7 Fury. And for each one of those Furies, you'll generate a dice. As you generate those dice, you can use them to spend on either one of two things. You can either, I believe it's Erupt in Fury, and you can, so what you can do is you can pick one or the other. Resolve a number of combat attacks against the target using a melee weapon that you picked of an equal number of rage dice you spent. I believe you can spend up to 3 rage dice. And then so basically you're going to spend 3 of those rage dice. You're going to pick one of your melee profiles, and you'll get to add an additional 3 dice of that attack, which is huge. You know what I mean? Imagine like the Shadow Queen using the tail 3 more attacks. Ooh, you know what I mean? That's 6 damage. For each one of those attacks, though, you can't score crits. Whenever you do score a crit, you'll deal an additional D3 damage on top of whatever damage you do for the damage. There is a downside to using this, though, of this Eruption of Fury, is if you roll a 1, and you take D3 damage on the extra attacks.
Dang. Yeah, and I see that they have this new like passive that you can have called Fight Through the Pain, and it's before allocating any damage to a friendly unit. You can spend a number of rage dice. For each rage dice spent, reduce your Fury level by 1 to a minimum of 0, then roll a dice. On a 3-up, remove 1 damage from the unit's damage pool. So it's a way to ignore damage, So like, when you're in those situations where the model's on 1 health.
Yes, exactly.
And so I feel like this is like the mechanic. Like there's so much rage in them that they don't die. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of like those, like, and if you've seen, I don't know if you've played any like Helpsman stuff as shit. But like they have like one of the guys has an ability where it's like he just ignores like the first bit of damage that he takes, like the first damage point, which super impactful. So you can potentially block up to 3 on your field note on your fight through the pain, which man, huge.
Yeah, that's huge, and it's a way to keep a key model from like, from dying before it activates. You know what I mean? And then it activates, it could potentially remove the thing that you were going into. So it changes the dichotomy of it, bro. And yeah, let's bring it on. Let's bring on the fury mechanic. Let's bring on the rage. I like this a lot. I feel like this is a lot more interactive.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more fighting because remember they're supposed to have this new. The rumor is the new battle world. You know what I mean? So it does look like they're trying to encourage like all the fighting and everything with this new mechanic to, maybe blow up all the realms, I guess, and turn it into the one battle planet. So I guess they got to pump everybody up somehow.
Like frenzy everyone into a rage and they'll destroy it themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Also looks like they're gonna for this new GHB looks like they're keeping the same way that we score battle tactics by we're gonna have battle tactic cards again where it's a skill tree, where like you accomplish the first part, then you can move on to the second part, and then you can do the last part. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I saw the first tactic card. It was called Blazing Onslaught, and it read as such. At the start of the battle, after using all deployment phase abilities, but before determining which player will take the first turn, your opponent must pick one non-faction terrain feature within their territory, and that's their hideout. The hideout cannot be removed from the battlefield at any point during the game. Step 1, Master of Arms. You complete the battle tactic at the end of your turn if the same enemy unit had at least one damage point allocated to it in 3 different phases this turn. So you have to allocate a point of damage in the hero phase.
Yeah, hero phase, shooting phase,
and then the combat phase.
Or end of turn, anything like that.
That's encouraging like somebody to combo like 3 units together to work together to take something down. That's a weird one. I don't know if I'll be taking that one, but it sounds interesting. Step 2, break their defenses. You complete this battle tactic at the end of the turn if you control the enemy hideout.
That's kind of cool. I like the hideout thing. It seems kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like it does seem like a whole different mechanic than they've done before.
And then step 3 is called No Survivors. You complete the battle tactic at the end of your turn if 2 or more enemy units were destroyed this turn, and you control the enemy hideout.
See, it looks like they're trying to get you to contest like terrain pieces now.
So step 1 wants you to get 3 units, like hurting a unit. Step 2 wants you to like take their hideout, which is going to be deep in their territory. And then step 3 wants you to kill 2 of their units while holding that territory. So it's definitely pushing you to go across the board and kill everything on their side.
Yeah, well, that and to hold their terrain piece, because isn't the new 40K? Isn't that how you score now in 40K? Is you hold terrain pieces or something instead of objectives?
Well, the terrain is the objective now in 40K. I don't know if Age of Sigmar will follow suit, and the GHB still uses like the disc system, the objective markers. I just think that this affray, strike, domination, step 1, step 2, step 3 thing. I didn't know that this was going to become the standard template. I told you that I liked having the choice from the last GHB before that, but they're taking that choice away. They're forcing you to play in this sequence. You have to play in this sequence. And that's what I feel like kind of made players kind of get, fatigued with the last GHB, was having to play in this order. Like, I don't mind having the 3 tactics, but in this order? Why couldn't it have been like a tree? You know what I mean? Like this or this, and then these or these. It's 1, 2, 3. It's going to force you to behave similarly with your list every time you play it.
Agreed. Yeah, it's I kind of like it because it does stop that like beginning like analysis of paralysis of analysis in the beginning of a game, like from like the last GHB. Remember where you
speeds it up? Yes.
You know what I mean? Because there's no like there was way too many times.
This one and then lose it. What if I don't get it? Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. That, and I felt like people were like planning out like their games, like I knew like in the last one, remember there was like seize the center. I knew if I went first, I was going to take seize the center.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just going to hit seize the center. And then if I took seize the center, you would take the flanks and you would just take both the sides.
I guess I thought from each GHB to GHB, they'd innovate the scoring system, but it looks like this is much like the last GHB with a new code of paint.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is going to be like the part 2. Like, I don't know if you know, in like in the Dawnbringers in the Dawnbringers Crusade, you know, they are crusading through Ghyran and through Aqshy, and it looks like that we're doing like basically part 2, you know, of that in the narrative right now.
Yeah, that battle plan that leaked, it was battle plan 1 of table 1. The battle plan was called Into the Fire, and the deployment looked like a S. You know what I mean? Like it's a little.
What
bit
the
like
fuck is this deployment? What
Yeah.
is the fucking deployment?
It's like you get a little quarter in the first half of like. It's like I don't even know what this is. It's like the square in the middle, and then a little bit of like the corner.
You'll
So
be
again, it
deploying
looks
from
like
like the sides of the board now, which is weird.
it looks like it's forcing you to like, you know, bottleneck into the middle and create this huge conflict.
That's
And
what it looks like.
even the objectives are laid out all side by side. 3, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. It's five objectives. That
Yeah,
one
it's
is.
5 objectives. It's
Boom.
north, south, east, and west. It's a freaking compass.
And then one in the center. Yeah, it's the Azir one. I like that they also dropped. You know, we're gonna get new objective markers, which I mean they look pretty sick.
They look beautiful. You know, Blake doesn't like that they're behind this big paywall, but I'm gonna pay it.
Yeah, I'll probably.
Show me the
I'll
wall.
define it. Yeah, that
Show
I'll
me the
definitely get
wall.
it. Hopefully
I
they
need the
do like a little bit higher.
wall.
Hopefully they put like a little bit of higher quality like objective markers this time. Though, like the other ones weren't like completely awful or anything.
It was
But
a
man,
step
they
above
felt
the Xerox.
they felt cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I
Why
like
can't we
these
just
new
have
ones.
a neoprene matte material?
Exactly.
Why has
I
it
don't
gotta
know
be
what.
plastic with felt glued to it?
I'm already paying $60 for this fucking book, man. Give me the good like material.
Give me neoprene matte material. I don't want this freaking. Is this plastic? Like, you know, if I leave a soda on it, it's gonna have a permanent ring.
It will. It certainly will. But I'm excited for this new General's Handbook. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, that's all.
Like
I mean,
the mechanics. They haven't given
let
us
me
too
let me
much.
finish what I was talking about here, though. So that battle plan that leaked is called Into the Fire. It has a weird looking deployment where it's like focusing everything to bottleneck in the center. But here is the rules behind it. Both armies have the secure the gateway ability. While you are the underdog, your army has the determined defenders ability. Determined defenders adds 3 to the control scores of friendly units while they are wholly outside enemy territory. So holding your own territory. You know what I mean? So that's going to be good for your like hold and defend armies. But then the other passive is secure the gateway. While you control the place of power wholly within friendly territory, friendly units' melee attacks have anti-charge +1 Ren while they are contesting an objective you control.
Ooh, so you're gonna hold the door? You're gonna Hodor?
Hodor. You're giving Hodor +1 Rend, bro.
Yeah, if you charge him.
That's holding the door and applying the deadbolt.
See, look, it totally looks like though they're trying to get us to hold terrain pieces because they want now.
Check out this
want
scoring. Score 3 if you control 1. Score 3 if you control 2. Score 4 if you control more objectives than your opponent. So now it's 3-3-4.
Huh. I kind of like that though, to be honest.
Yeah.
That the little switch up, it's a little different, you know what I mean? Because what it's normally 5, 3, and 2, right?
Yeah.
You get 5 control 1, you get 3 more if you control 2, and then you get.
So maybe this week you and I can play this battle plan, this leaked battle plan, and next week we can come back to the listeners and let them know if it was the bee's knees or not. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting battle plan. It's going to be a pain in the ass to set terrain and establish territory again. But I think it's too boring playing rectangle versus rectangle. You know what I'm saying?
Agree. I don't like the cut in half. I do see that what you're saying, like where it's like half territory.
Now, do I want every battle plan to be this fucked up jigsaw piece? Like, no, I do want some of those rectangle versus rectangle, square versus square. But if one or two of these battle plans are this weird ass like deployment, like fine, whatever. Remember the horseshoe one that we always fucking did in Scourge of Ghyran?
Exactly.
You just learn to love it. Remember the one where like you're like deployed diagonal from each other in your squares?
Yeah,
Like, you know,
that Surge of Slaughter. Yeah, where you're on the opposite side.
it
Yeah.
definitely switches it up. So like, whatever, I can vibe with it. I can rock with it. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I like it. Like you said, it's occasional. It's nice for like the occasional plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so Into the Fire and Blazing Onslaught. Maybe we play our game where we just have these tactics and then this leaked battle plan.
Well, just each run this tactic on this plan.
Yeah, it's like
It'd
we
be
can
cool if
back
they
to
gave us one more.
Yeah, it would be nice if they gave us one more tactic card so we could actually play a mock game.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That or another battle plan because this one just looks wild, bro.
Yeah.
Look how much terrain is on the board. It's 6.
Yo, you run your monster mash on this list is gonna be a quick game.
Yeah, exactly. That's so much terrain. 6 large pieces. Did you see that? And then 2 small
6
pieces.
large pieces, 2 of which are places of power, and places of power now give you your units anti-charge +1 rend.
Yeah, for when you're like holding.
Do you think your sides need anti-charge +1 rend?
They already have anti-charge +1 rend.
Oh, that's right. It's already baked in.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Some dryads would finally get in some rend would be nice.
That would actually be nice. I think I'd like that. Like, why are your dryads just like surrounding that place of power? Come over here and see why.
And then, we were talking about Daughters of Cain earlier in the episode. Their whole mechanic is based around places of power. Like, if something dies around a place of power, it's a blood right. So that's Daughters of Cain, rejoice.
They're going to be really good at that one.
Yeah, so that those are the leaks. That's all they've given us on the new GHB. These mechanics and these tactics and this one map. I'm excited to see more. I don't know when they're going to release more or when they're going to show us more, but from what I'm seeing, it's everything they've showed us is completely different from Scourge of Ghyran.
Yeah, it looks completely like they're trying to obviously try to get you to fight. It does look like they are trying to push that narrative. We were talking about it before. It's like how they're going to really have to start pushing things through if they're going to blow everything up. And it looks like this is how it's going, man.
Whatever they do with the lore, as long as they stay consistent with the good rules writing and the good battle plans and the good tactics, bro, I feel like the game is going to start feeling fresh again. It's going to start feeling exciting and different again. I know kind of like Scourge of Ghyran fatigue kind of like settled in the community a little bit. Like you kind of feel it even like the battle report slowing down a lot.
The last 2 weeks it's really felt like it. You know what I mean? Like even like the attendance at Gamers Guild and everything has gone down a little bit. It seems like everybody's just waiting for this kind of to be over.
I feel like as soon as those new objective markers hit the table and people are talking about Fury and
I think it's going to be so much fun with the Fury mechanic to do the hit with like just give Darthu another 3 more swings on that sword. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, dude. I think it's going to be fun, like having a chance on a 3-up to save a model on 1 HP. Like that's going to be.
What model are you excited most to swing with the Fury?
Bastion Carthalos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him. I'll get him good and pissed and send him in.
They give him another 3 more attacks because what he does, his attack is 4 damage, 3 damage.
It's 4 damage and it's Rend 2 and it's 3s into 2s and it's crit mortal.
Yeah, and then giving him 3 more attacks. Fucking A.
Yeah. So now he's got 7 attacks with crit mortal, 3s into 2s that are Rend 2 damage 4. Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm excited for that to see that.
Who are you gonna get pissed off? Like, which one of your Sylvaneth are you just gonna slap in the nuts until he's nice and pissed?
So there's 2 I really want to do. One, obviously, Darthu. That's like I said, the sword. The
Easy.
Sword adding 4. He's already got 5 attacks. You're gonna give him 3 more, so he'll have 8 attacks for a potential of 4 damage. And then if you crit on any of them, now he's going to deal an additional D3 for however many crits. That seems fucking gnarly. Because 8 times 4 is what? 36?
Yes. Yeah? Yes.
That's 36 damage with Darthu's sword. That's insane.
Again, you're never going to need, unless you're taking down a Gargant in 1 hit.
Yeah. He'll be able to one-shot a Gargant. That's gnarly. And then if any of those are crits, an additional D3. So
he's Rend 2, right?
Yeah, Rend 2.
He could probably take down an ironclad, bro.
Yeah, I think so. If you're hitting that, say you hit those 3 Furies, they both crit, and just that's an additional potentially 3 to 9 damage more. So you could do 36 plus 9. So Darthu could just swing essentially for 45 and hit. He could one shot a Gargant, a Mega Gargant.
Yeah, that's insane, bro. He could just take down King Broad.
What about a Marathi, bro? That tail. The 6 damage with the
6 damage, bro.
Yeah, and now you're gonna swing it 4 times instead of 1.
Yeah,
bro.
3s into 3s, 4 3s into 3s, rend 2 damage 6.
And then can't you give them like the +1 to wound on them, right? So it's like so now it should be 3s and a 2s or something.
Give them +1 hit and +1 wound if you achieve 2 blood rights. And again,
so now it's 2s and 2s, 4 hits. You know what I mean? 6 damage a piece. If any of them crits, deal D3. That seems gnarly.
That's just gnarly, but I think that's what this new GHB is gonna like highlight. It's gonna be like take your strongest thing, make it stronger, and then cause a big explosion of damage. And that, I don't care who you are, whether you're winning, whether you're losing, whether you're new, whether you're a veteran. If you explode and do 20 plus damage to somebody, greatest feeling on earth.
Definitely. It's going to be one of those things like if you lose and you still do that, like, bro, you're going to feel like you won.
I love it when I'm playing death and I'm like, 6-up ward. You know? I'm like, Dirthy did 46 6-ups.
Yeah. Well, I could roll it. I could spike. It can happen.
But yeah, I think the new teaser for the GHB is great. I like the battle tactic card. It's encouraging you to go over there and fight, which is what everybody wants to do anyway. I like the new battle plan. It's encouraging everybody to go into the middle of the map rather than play the peripheral edges. And yeah, go to the middle of the map. Stand there so that from just 18 inches away, I can catapult you. I can send some triac shots, bro. So, and that's where I feel like, this new GHB is going to be different, bro. It's going to feel more on the aggression side instead of the techie side.
I agree. Hopefully
there were a lot of tech. There were a lot of tech maps, bro. We talked about Path to the Fae. We talked about the 6 objective ones like Creeping Corruption. Those were real techie maps. You had to be, using the old noodle. But I feel like these new ones, they're wanting to speed up the pace here.
Oh, definitely. Scourge of Ghyran, there's definitely a lot more like movement stuff. Remember, they like have the one map where like they can entangle you on the objectives. There was a lot more like movement shenanigans. It seemed like.
Yeah, there was one where like you take a unit and everything on it disappears, and then you redeploy them on this other one, but they have to be on the mat, and you're just like, what is this doing for the game? How is this engaging the armies together?
Yeah. Well, now they're like, we're throwing that out the windows. Now we want you to throw down and fight.
Yeah. So once they release more, Rolling Recklessly will be giving you more information. We'll touch base on the battle plans and the tactics, and hey, maybe we'll get some new war scrolls. Some what would they be called now? Not Soggy. They would be what's this new one called?
I don't think they've even like released the full name for it yet. It's just like Aqshy.
Head to Aqshy. It just said the Realm of Fire. They didn't give it any kind of name, so we don't know what this is going to be yet. But since with the lack of anything now, since Rage is the new mechanic, we'll call it the Roggy War Scrolls. No, just kidding.
Yeah. The rage in the cage.
Yeah, rage.
But after spending the entire season, go ahead.
But yeah, like I can't wait, bro. I can't wait till this comes out. I think in the coming weeks we'll have more official dates. But yeah, let's try this out in the coming week. Let's try this battle plan out. At least the battle plan, bro. Like let's just see if this is squirrely or not.
Down, guys. We should do the battle plan, build a list, build a battle plan, and run that tactic. Each run that tactic. It's just see what happens, man. See
what happens, bro.
After spending the entire season learning Scourge of Ghyran, though, I'm excited to head into the Realm of Fire and see what we got in store. But before we wrap things up, let's do what we do best and make a few questionable takes with some reckless reactions. All right, Jesse. We spent the last hour pretending to be experts. Let's undo all that. First question, one word, just one. What's your first impression of Aqshy?
Rage.
Yeah, the rage and the fire. Mine, obviously, aggressive. Question
my
2.
Secret, Cap. I'm always sweaty.
All right, man. Question 2. You're forced to play one army for the entire season of Aqshy. No switching, no side projects, no distraction. What are you bringing?
I feel like with the rage mechanic, corn, baby.
Corn, yeah, you'd fit right in. You know what I mean?
We're pissed.
That especially, imagine a bloodthirster with that fucking rage mechanic. It's gonna be wild.
Jeez, yeah, dude. Oh my, Scarbrand.
Scarbrand is gonna be nasty.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
What army are you most excited to play against? Not to play, but to play against.
You know, I'm excited to play against Ideneth because I need my get back for what those eels did to me. And maybe with the few rage, with a few rage dice, I can put those damn eels in the dirt where they belong, where they spawn.
Yeah. You know who I'm excited to play? I want to play against the Giants, Sons of Bayonet. Yeah. They're gonna be sick with the rage, and it'll be just fun to see them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So many fun like melee profiles. It's gonna be sick.
Oh yeah.
So, what army are you gonna be most afraid to see across the table?
Daughters of Cain, dude.
Yeah, Daughters of Cain have been tormenting. They've been tormenting the whole meta right now.
They're strong. I played Doug recently from House of Hobbies, and he's a really a good player, and he just started Doc recently, and he told me it was a blast. He's got a really good grip on the army. He gave me a lot of insight on how to play them better. That is an intimidating army, faux show. I feel like if you don't know what they do, it could get you in a lot of trouble.
Agreed. I played him one time, and it's intimidating. I think you might be right, man. That's going to be the army I don't want to see across the table at all.
It's like you said, like there's already so much damage on deck, and this mechanic is going to give you more damage. Like, ooh.
Exactly. It's just going to be so much. Like I said, that Marathi tail combo is going to be nasty.
Oh.
All right. Well, give me an Aqshy prediction that you think people are going to hate.
I think people are going to hate those janky deployments, bro. I already hear Blake kind of bitching in my head, bro. I think that some of the jankier deployments might ruffle some feathers, bro. But give them a chance, guys. Like, we can't just keep playing in squares. You know what I'm saying? We can't just play in rectangles, and we don't want to just play in like this little square, this little triangle on the map. Let's put some quirky deployment up there, bro. Deployment is such a big part of the game, bro. So, and the only way to change that deployment mindset up is to have a weird territory.
Yeah, agreed. You know what I think people are going to hate?
If you're only ever defending a rectangle, you're going to line up exactly the same every time.
Yep, exactly. You're just going to figure out your deployment, and that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
But one thing
now that thing is a freaking a Tetris brick.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I have no idea how I'm going to deploy.
It's like a partial swastika or something.
He lost conviction because he realized he was wrong.
Like, what's going on over here?
I was just trying to draw a battle plan. I almost got fired.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what I think people are going to hate? I think people are going to hate holding the terrain pieces, especially against like certain armies. I think people are really going to hate holding terrain pieces against me.
Because you're corrupting them, you fucker. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm just going to be trying to
that dry chicken just pop up on what you're trying to hold, bro. Yeah.
Exactly.
Some people might hate that hideout mechanic thing, bro.
Yeah, I think people are not going to like that. All right. So what do you think's more likely? I spend more games playing Seraphon than Sylvaneth this season, or that you spend more time playing something else besides Stormcast?
I think we're both moving on, dog. I think we both are ready to play our next armies. We both have them built already and mostly acquired. I think it's time for a move on, dude. We're such adept players with those armies now. I think that if I'm going to play Stormcast at the start of 5th edition, I need to give them a long break.
I agree. I'm with you on that. I think it's just time for something new. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm excited to get it. I'm excited to get everybody battle ready, all my new stuff painted and battle ready. I'm excited to get them on the table and learn this new play style. Hopefully Seraphon gets a super sick book. That's what I want. You know.
I think they will, dude. I think it's going to be worth the wait. I think it's going to be worth the investment. You know, I saw somebody at Hobby Forge leaving with 2 spearheads from Seraphon, and I was like, see, without a book, without much attention, they're still popular, bro. It's fucking dinosaurs. Like, what is there not to like? Like, I've never heard somebody say dinosaurs. That's the lamest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, bro, they already are winning because they're dinosaurs. You know,
yeah, bro. So yeah, I think you should start your Seraphon list and call it Only Slans.
Yeah, Only Slans. There you go. I like it. All right, man. Well, I think that's going to cut it for our reckless reactions. I'm super excited to get this season going, get the new stuff going, and start running this new rage mechanic. Before we set the realm of fire completely ablaze, let's wrap things up. You got any final thoughts closing this out?
No, brother. I'm excited that things are shaking up. I'm excited to get this shot in the arm for Sigmar. I don't want to play Legions. I don't want to play 40K. I want more Sigma.
Yes, that's exactly. I'm with you on that one.
On with the new, bro. I'm glad that we're going into this GHB as adept players now, dude. It feels completely different.
It does. It feels wild because the last GHB we went into, and it was like kind of shaky and uneasy. You know what I mean? We were like still kind of like getting the rules of the basic game down.
We hadn't played competitively yet.
Exactly, and now we're going into this on fire
with rage.
Yeah,
I'm angry.
I'm excited. We got new battle plans, new tactics, new mechanics. You know, hopefully get some new books coming on. So get some new lessons learned. And as much as fun as we had in Scourge of Ghyran, I'm ready to see what the Realm of Fire has in store. But before we get there, we still got one last tournament, one last ride through Ghyran, and one last chance to score some battle tactics before they disappear forever.
I think we got it, bro. I think we are gonna have some 20-point turns in this last tournament. I think we're gonna finish strong, and we're gonna go ahead and kiss it goodbye, bro, and sail it down the river.
Yeah, I mean, I am excited to be perfectly honest. I'm super excited.
It's like that toxic. It's like that toxic ex-girlfriend you take out one last time. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. One last ride. Yeah, exactly.
Like one last ride for my unhealthy life. No, yeah, I'm ready to put this GHB to bed, bro. And you know what? It's nice to be veteran players now, dude. I don't have the worry that I used to have when things were about to change. It's now replaced with excitement.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's just because we grinded through this one so much, man. This Soggy was solid, great GHB. Yeah. But I'm ready for it to be over because we played so much of it. Some new battle tactics and new plans, man. It's just gonna be nice.
We will understand. We will have Soggy burned in our brain forever. Like we will know these rules forever. We will know these mechanics and battle plans. Like it is seared into the back of our minds, bro. It is part of our formative years in Sigmar.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna still be able to know how to run scouting, even in the new battle plans. You
can be like, I miss scouting.
Yeah, exactly. Remember 20-point turns? I remember.
You remember when Restless and Wrathful synergized? I remember.
Before we get out of here, though, Jesse, you got any shout-outs?
Yeah, I want to shout out Tanner. You know, he played you. He played me. A shout out to him. Thank you for your service in the Marine Corps. Thank you for being a chill dude. And I'm just so glad to get to play games with you, brother. Shout out to Hobby Forge, the owner Gray. Such a chill place. You know, we've shouted them out a lot. I love those guys. I think it's a nice place to go to play Magic or Warhammer or whatever you're into, and they've got a nice store, bro. It was finally great to go there with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was very exciting. It's their atmosphere is super inviting. So, dude, big shouts out to Hobby Forge. I was super excited to go for my first time. So many cool models, man. So if you're like looking for good models on a good deal, I can't tell you how many times I almost left with the fucking lion yesterday. It's like walked over to that case and like they got 2 of them.
You're like, I don't even have one.
Yeah, exactly. I want to give a couple shout outs. Shout out Tanner, man. Great game. I can't wait to play more with you, bro. You seem like a chill dude. So we'll definitely get some more games in the future. Shouts out to Colin. I know he is having like some rough time he's going through right now. But he's super sick, dude. It was a blast playing him. I know he's already been messaging me, bro. He's trying to get that get back. he's like, I've been working on this list ready to fight you. I'm like, all right, bro.
He brings a new OBR list. He's like, you'd be surprised to find out this isn't my actual list.
Yeah, exactly.
Brings out reinforced Necropolis stalkers. This is my list.
He just turned to Frieza Black finally.
Yeah, bro. He's, when you, as a person who's been stomped out by your Sylvaneth, bro, it does breed a demon in you.
Yeah, I can see. He must be thinking about it because he's messaged me a couple times. Like, I could just see the message of it. Yeah, I could see the like intent in the message. So I can't wait to play you again. Shouts out Colin, man.
Yeah, Colin, you're a super good dude, bro. That dude, he plays a lot of games, bro. He plays 40K, he plays Legions, he plays Age of Sigmar. So if you need an opponent in any of those systems, bro, you got a cool dude in Colin, bro. Shouts out to Colin.
Yeah, he's actually I'll give him a little quick shout out too for this. He has a Star Wars Legion podcast.
Oh yeah.
So you should check it out if you're interested in Star Wars or Star Wars Legion. I'll have to get the name for that and share that out in the show notes. But yeah, man, go check it. Check out our buddy Colin. Sure. I also want to give just shouts out to everybody that's been rolling dice, painting models, building armies, organizing events, and helping keep the Age of Sigmar community awesome. Because whether you've been grinding tournaments every weekend or just getting in your first Spearhead gaming, you're what makes this hobby great. And then we'd love to hear from you guys. What's your biggest predictions for Aqshy? What army do you think is going to benefit the most? And what armies are you planning to bring into the new season? Drop us a comment, send us a message, or come hang out with us over at social media at Rolling Recklessly on Instagram, YouTube. You can definitely check out and join our Discord. Jump in House of Hobbies Discord. We're always popping up in there. We have a really cool local scene out here, so we enjoy hearing from everybody. You feel free to send either me, Jesse, a message, man. We love talking to you guys, meeting new people. If you've been enjoying the show, please make sure you follow us.
At the end of the month, we're going to be at the Heroes Cup, the Green Banner Heroes Cup event. That is June 27th and 28th. If you're at the event and you run into a Rolling Reckless member, we got a sticker for you, and we'd love to talk to you and chat it up and see how your Age of Sigmar journey has been.
Yeah, man, we love it. We got more episodes coming, more tournaments, more hobby progress, and more questionable list decisions. And very few stickers left. So if you were trying to get one of these stickers, come see us at this tournament because we got to get some new ones going.
For sure.
You got anything else for us, Jesse?
No, brother. Shouts out to my girlfriend, Allie. Shouts out to my baby. Shouts out to Zach, bro. I know it's, Rolling Recklessly. Zach, our teammate, our beloved brother. He's moving on to more tropical scenery. And we couldn't be more happy for him. But, whether you're here, whether you're there, you are always reckless. You are always team reckless. And we carry you with us, bro. Our losses are your losses.
Big shouts out, Zach, man. Happy that you get to go home, bro. Take the family back to paradise. Shouts out to you, man.
Clear the table, grab the dice.
Let's close this thing out right. So until next time,
Grizzly and Jesse are in
be
the
hot,
house.
your paint never dry, and your rolls ever right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah! recklessly where the battle lines meet the sky. May your crits be high, may your pain never dry, and your roads be ever reckless. Oh, yeah. Your roads be ever reckless. Roll 'em if you got 'em.